will come out lap 266, and the checkered flag comes out lap 267. And Brad Keselowski, the winner there. And just to repeat it, Keselowski, Logano, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch finishes 4th, and Austin Dillon. And that rounds out the top 5. So, we had some Xfinity racing as well this weekend. That was on Saturday. Trucks return April 2nd at Martinsville. And, of course, Martinsville is always fun. They're the first of the short track races on the NASCAR circuit. So, it was the Boyd Gaming 300 on Saturday. Number of laps was 200. Start time was 4:17, and the race wrapped up at 6:40, so it's 2 hours and 22 minutes. And of course, Kyle Busch was the winner, as mentioned. Kyle Busch also won the Xfinity race at Vegas last year as well. And this Saturday, Chase Elliott was riding in the 88 car. So, Kyle Busch, as I mentioned. Now, Kyle Busch was the pole setter, takes it into the, off the green flag. Now, they got to lap 2, and then question number 1 comes out, and that was for the 24 car, who loses it at the edge of pit road. The 24 car driven by Corey LaHoy. No race off pit road this time, but you did have a penalty given to Jeb Burton in the 43 car for too many crew over the wall. He has to restart in the rear, and Jeff Green in the number 10, he heads to the garage. The 18 car of Kyle Busch takes it into the restart, and that would be lap 7. And then it was the Fox Sports 1 blackout. And if anyone was watching this race on Saturday, the TV goes black, and it's like either A, I didn't pay the cable, but I'm pretty sure I did. And then geez, the TV just blew on me. But they were having trouble a couple times throughout the race on FS1. So I was relying on PRN to get the info for a little bit. Top 3, lap 10 all the way to lap 30 was Kyle Busch, Eric Jones, and Daniel Suarez. That'd be the 18, the 20, and the 19. Carl Long, driver of the 40 car, now, he has to serve a pass-through on pit road. He winds up jumping out of the race. So, for those who don't know the difference between a pass-through and a stop-and-go, I'll be glad to tell you. Alright, so if you get a pit road penalty under green flag racing, okay, everybody knows if you get a penalty on the caution, you have to restart in the rear. But if you get a penalty on the green flag, you have to serve what is known as a pass-through. Now, some drivers will come through for the pass-through. Let's say they get popped for the speeding or whatever. They'll come in through the pass-through and get popped with speeding on the pass-through. So now they got to come back for a stop-and-go. And the stop-and-go is you come in through pit road, get to your pit box, you stop, and then you go again. So that is the stop-and-go. So 22 cars on the lead lap this race at lap 33. By lap 43, that number would drop to 17 cars on the lead lap. And at lap 64, 10 cars. So you went from 22 cars at lap 34, 17 at lap 43, down to 10 at lap 64. Top 3 at lap 40, now you had Kyle Busch, Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez, 18, 20, and 19 still, but Kyle Busch with a 3.7 second lead over second place Eric Jones. And that was at lap 42. That lead would grow to 4.4 seconds at lap 48. And then at lap 60, that switches up. Kyle Busch still holding on to first place, but then you have Daniel Suarez holding on to second, and Chase Elliott holding on to third. So that would be the 18, the 19, and the 88. Eric Jones passed through penalty on pit road. Black flag. Now, this is what happened. He pulls into pit road for a pass-through, and it gets popped a second time, and then has to go back to serve a stop-and-go penalty, and that put Eric Jones 2 laps down. Question number 2 come out lap 71. Tire from Derek White's car rolls over onto the grass, on the pit road grass. Derek White on Saturday was riding in the 13 car. Top 3 lap 80, Kyle Busch, Justin Allgaier, and Chase Elliott, the 8, the 7, and the 88. And then Austin Dillon, he'll pop into third place. And then right after the restart from this question, and before I forget, there was a race off pit road as well, lap 75, which was won by Kyle Busch, and no penalties, but Kyle Busch would take the lead into the restart, lap 78. Top 3 lap 90, Kyle Busch, Justin Allgaier, Chase Elliott. Still Kyle Busch, 2.3 second lead over second place Justin Allgaier at lap 91. Now, at lap 94, Chase Elliott would pop into second for a little bit. And Kyle Busch, 3.1 second lead over second place Chase Elliott at this moment at lap 94. Lap 95, top 3 was Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, and Daniel Suarez. And Kyle Busch at this time at lap 95 with a 3.5 second lead over Chase Elliott. Then we get to the race halfway mark. Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Daniel Suarez still in the top 3, and this time with Kyle Busch with a 2.8 second lead over Chase Elliott, which grew to 4 seconds at lap 104, 4.3 seconds at lap 118. So it was a battle between the 18 and the 88. Then we get to like lap 129 to 130, where they started around a green flag pit stops, but then you had a caution at lap 136. This would be question number 3, wreck off a turn 2 started by the 25 car. This would bring out the red flag. 25 into the wall, gets clipped by another car, which was the 6. And if you saw this one, so it was Cody Ware, Justin Marks, Darrell Wallace Jr., and they all got a piece of the action, but 25 car spins, hits the wall, then just stops there, and here comes the number 6, hitting the brakes, and he just spins, and boom, takes out the whole front of the 25 car. All the drivers were okay, thank goodness. Darrell Bubba Wallace of the 6 car saying on the radio, quote, "I'm okay, God almighty, that hurt." So the red flag comes out, lap 543 approximately, and then they go back to the green, yellow at 6:02. Drivers head to pit road, including the leaders. You had a race off pit road, which is won by Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch would take the lead into the restart at lap 142. Top 5 at lap 145, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Elliott Sadler, Daniel Suarez, and Brandon Jones, the 18, the 88, the 1, the 19, and the 33. And that was a crazy wreck, man. When you see the blue foam from the inside of the car, when you see the insides of the car just flying all over the track, chances are there's a red flag coming. And so Kyle Busch dominated Saturday in Vegas. And at this point, Kyle Busch starts mixing and mingling with lap traffic. And usually when that happens, you're looking at your winner. So it really looked like Kyle Rowdy Busch was making a beeline for the victory lane. And at this point, we get down to the last 20 of the evening. So top 5 lap 195. Okay, there was 200 laps altogether. Lap 195, top 5 was Kyle Busch, Daniel Suarez, Eric Jones, Chase Elliott, and Brandon Jones. And that would be the 88, 19, 20, 88, and the 33. White flag flies at lap 199, and that's it. Checkers flying, and the race is done at lap 200, and the winner, Kyle Busch. Second place finisher, Daniel Suarez. Eric Jones finishes third, followed by Chase Elliott and Austin Dillon, and that would be the 18, the 19, the 20, the 88, and the 2. And this marks the 78th victory for Kyle Busch in the Xfinity Series. So there you go. Alright, so now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for this weekend's racing schedule. So this weekend they're going to Grand Canyon State of Arizona. Okay, Phoenix International Speedway, located at 7602 South Avondale Boulevard, Avondale, AZ 85323. Capacity is 51,000. 1.0 asphalt dog leg oval. It's got that funky turn 4 right there, gives it the name dog leg. 4 turns, bankings, turns 1 and 2 at 10 degrees. Turn 3 is at 8 degrees. Turn 4 is at 9. And the dog leg is between 10 and 11. Front stretch is 10, and the back stretch is 8 degrees. There's also a 1.5-mile road course as well. So now, racing fans, the Racing Podcast Full Throttle proudly presents this weekend's racing schedule. Alright, I forgot the little clapping sound effects this evening, so I had to do it myself. So, Saturday is the next Xfinity Series event, Saturday, March 12th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Big Fox and MRN, and that's the Exalta Faster, Tougher, Brighter 200, and that is with 200 laps scheduled. Then Sunday is the Sprint Cup Series event, Sunday, March 13th at 3:30 p.m. on Fox and MRN, and that's the Good Sam 500 with 312 laps scheduled. And there is also, it's season opener for IndyCar, and this Sunday is set up nice. This Sunday, on ABC at 12:52 p.m. Eastern, and that is the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg from St. Petersburg, Florida. Part road course, part airfield, which is a really cool race, and it starts at 12:52. So you get your racing on a little early on Sunday, and then by the time this race is over, it'll be time to watch some NASCAR. So that if you're a racing junkie like myself, you got a nice little Sunday right there. So IndyCar, 12:52 p.m., and that's the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. And we'll repeat the schedule before we head out of here, like we always do, just to let you know about that. Coming up next, it is driver standings. So here it is, the Sprint Cup standings for this week. Start with the top 10 as follows. First place right now is Kyle Busch, and he is with 116 points. Second place is Jimmy Johnson. He's with 110. Kevin Harvick sits in third place with 109. Joey Logano, driving the number 22, he sits in fourth place with 104 points. Kurt Busch in fifth place with 102 points. Sixth place is Burt Keselowski with 98 points. Seventh place is Carl Edwards. Eighth place, Denny Hamlin. Martin Truex and Austin Dillon, 9th and 10th. They're both with 90 points. And then from 11th to 15th place in order, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Dale Earnhardt Jr., Casey Kane, Ryan Blaney, and in 15th, it's Eric Almirola. From 16th to 20th place in order, it's Jamie McMurray, Ryan Newman, Paul Menard, Reagan Smith, and in 20th place, Kyle Larson. From 21st to 25th place, it's Greg Biffle, Matt Kenseth, Trevor Bayne, Casey Mears, and AJ Allmendinger sitting in 25th place. Manufacturer standings, Sprint Cup Series. First place is Toyota with 122 points. Second place is Chevrolet with 121. And third place is Ford with 111. Xfinity. Now we don't have. We're not doing a Truck Series. Truck standings this week because there's no racing. So we'll do the Truck Series standings when trucks return in 2 weeks. So here is the Xfinity driver standings, starting with the top 10. First place is Daniel Suarez. He's with 106 points. Second place, Elliott Sadler with 103. Ty Dillon is in third place in the number 3 car, and fourth place is Brandon Jones in the 33. Both Ty Dillon and Brandon Jones are each with 99 points. Fifth place, Justin Allgaier. He's with 95 points. In 6th place is Brendan Golan with 91. 7th place is Eric Jones with 86. 8th place is Ryan Reed. 9th place Ryan Sieg. And Jeb Burton, the 43 car, he's in 10th place, and he's with 72 points. From 11th to 15th place, in order, Brennan Poole, Jeremy Clements, Blake Koch, Darren Wallace Jr., and Dakota Armstrong in 15th. From 16th to 20th,